already paid. Smoke a J, it's okay. We gon' let that music play. Come and stay, get away when we riding on this wave. I'm like, hey, I'm on my way. Grab my shades, put on my J's. I hit my safe to grab some paper. I'm going.
Yo, what up? It's your boy Vinny, aka Young Swag, aka the Podfather. I'm here with my boy. I've known this dude for, I don't know, 15 years or so.
15 years, and that's just music. APhillyated, D-Town, you already know what it is.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
the interview, man. Mad props.
So, we are here for one reason and one reason only. And he's about to come out with an album.
Yes, sir.
What's it called?
Album. On the way. Release date coming soon in this interview. Album is called Hiatus. So definitely check it out and stay tuned, man. I think y'all gonna like it for sure.
Yeah, so why did you call it Hiatus?
Hiatus. The meaning is a vast period of time to where you kind of take a break, and that break for me was getting my life together and kind of getting back in my son's life and things like that. So I took literally 10 years away from the music, and styles change within years, and so I had to kind of re-grasp the whole flow thing and my cadence and kind of switch it all up. But yeah, it took 10 years for the hiatus and the music to return.
It
so
sure did.
But I'm glad I'm here, and I'm glad y'all get to see the project coming soon.
Ooh, yeah, I'm excited about it too.
Yeah, man. It took a long time. So the album took 2 years actually in the making. There was a lot of redirection, a lot of changes with it. And I'm glad it worked out that way. A lot of things came to fruition at the end of the album, and so, you know, it's got to come natural and it's got to be organic. And
yeah, it's been a long time coming.
Definitely. And so
I remember when you first started the album.
Yeah. Did we? So we just started doing music again, and then kind of fell into, like, what should we call it? Kind of just getting in the swing of things.
Right. Yeah, because we initially, you know, was doing it as 3 of us, and kind of didn't work out that way, and Philly took over, and
we all had our own direction that we were trying to go with it. And when you have a group or a crew of guys, you know, everybody has their own kind of ideas, and our ideas were bouncing and all over. And it wasn't just me who took that hiatus. I mean, I don't know if your hiatus was 10 years as well.
Yeah,
and
I was in and out a little bit, but
so you know, we just came back and we had a redirection and trying to figure it all out. And at the end of the day, it was just like, yo, I'm gonna run with this album. And you was like, yeah, you know what, cool. And I mean, you're featured on this album a lot, and a
couple times.
The other cat, Sergio, Serge Official, he was the other guy that was gonna be on the album, or actually was a part of the album, and he is on the album. And so, you know, he was cool with it too. He's like, yo, I'm on the album. This should just be your project, and run solo with it. And that's what we done. So
yep.
Here we are today, baby.
Not only are we on the album, tell us about your special feature that you got on there.
Yeah, so throughout the 2 years that this happened, this song actually came out, and well, it didn't come out, but this song was done probably pretty close to about a year ago. And we found that there was a contest that a big artist, and an artist that me and you inspire and kind of look towards for guidance and just good feels and good vibes in the music. And he had that contest, and I shot the song that way, and I didn't win the contest, but he threw me a good price and said, yo, I'd love to be on this track. And I threw that money, and it just came like that. And it was dope, man, because to get this dude on the track, and if anybody knows me, I've played this dude's music a lot, and he's just one of my favorite artists. So to get him on the album was huge, not only for me, I think you feel the same way, but huge for the album. Excited. And just kind of getting our, you know.
Bro, I didn't believe you at first.
I know. Well, the way you hit me up, right? Because the way you hit me up was like, you seen how I sent the money.
Yeah.
And so I was keeping it hidden from everybody. And the way I sent the money, obviously, I didn't private it. And so you were like, yo, spill the beans right away. I knew. I was like, oh, man, this fool already knows. Yeah. So we got him on. So anyway, his name is Benjah. He's an artist from Florida. He's got a lot of awards. Big artist that we've been listening to for probably about like 4 years, 3-4 years.
I want to say
3 heavy for me.
Yeah, I want to say 4.5 years for me is 2016 around is when I first heard of him.
Yeah.
On Pandora. I was listening to someone else's channel on Pandora, and one of his songs came on.
Yeah.
And I thought he was dope. Like, I was just
and then
vibing. It's a vibe.
As soon as you showed me him, I was just like, oh man, this dude is dope. Like, he's got good vibes. His beats were a little bit different, being from the Florida region. I think they called a lot of them rhythm, which is like rhythm in, I guess, Jamaican music. But I like this beats. I like this flow. I like this message. You know, I like this character. You know, because we watch him on like some live, and you get to see him outside the artistry,
right?
And who he is as a person and the message he sends. So.
And he inspired me to grow my dreadlocks out.
Right, which you don't even have no more.
I don't have no more.
And then you get on the song with them, and then if we was to go to Florida and do a music video, you'd be like, you made me grow my dreads out that I now cut.
They were like down past my shoulders. It was
Those
crazy.
are dope,
They
too.
were dope. I miss them. I miss them so much.
Not in this heat, though.
Right.
I bet.
Yeah, it was pretty tough in the heat, you know, with all that hair hanging over my ears and all that. But
right.
Yeah, I miss them.
Yeah. I mean, they were dope. I liked them. That's why I'm growing mine out, not for dreads, but for some braids. So we'll get that one day. But yeah, to get Benjah on the album was super dope, and you know that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna release this song with me featuring Swag, but also featuring Benjah. It's a track called My Girl. I'm gonna let y'all check it out. This is the first song from the album, and Johny Rocketz on the hook. So can't forget about Johny. Sorry about that, Johny. But yeah, so me, Johny Rocketz, Swag, and Benjah. So check it out. Let me know what y'all think.
What if you were my girl? What if you were mine? Say you'll be mine. Yeah.
Baby girl, I'ma set it straight. First thing I'ma do is take you on a date. I'll pick you up at 7 unless you want an 8. I'ma be there early, don't worry, I won't be late. Shrimp and steak on your plate, that's right out the gate. Champagne for the drink, got you feeling great. Don't worry about them haters, we know they gonna hate. We can't let all of that determine our fate. It's kinda late, and you wanting to dance. I had a grip on your hip, it had me in a trance. You was a dime piece, and that was at first glance. And now the only thing I hope is that you give me a chance, cause I've been waiting so long for a girl like you. Heard about them everywhere, but never girls I knew. Feel like I've been on the search from a bird-eye view, but I be down to earth just to make her my boo. Come on.
What if you were my girl? What if you were my girl? What if you were my girl? What if you were mine? What if you were my girl? What if you were my girl? What if you were my girl? Say you'll be mine.
You should let me show my love to you, cause it's pure, baby. Please don't let my past distort the truth, cause I'm different now. Tell me one time what you like. Celebrate more life. When you let go of your pain, we will fall in love. I know one thing, that's a fact. If we trust Jah, stay intact. I know two things, pack a bag, we gon' fall in love.
What if you were my girl? What if you were my girl? What if you were my girl? What if you were mine? What if you were my girl? What if you were my girl? What if you were my girl? Say you'll be mine.
What if you were my girl? We'd be quite alright. We can have some conversation and stay up all night. Everything about you would complete my life. Only if you were mine, if you were mine,
if you were my girl, if you were my girl. What if you were my girl? If you were mine, what if you were my girl? What if you were mine? What if you were my girl? What if you were my girl? What if you were my girl? Say you'll be mine.
And that was My Girl.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Philly.
What If You was My Girl.
Yeah, I remember when we first started writing that song.
That track.
In
Do you
my-
know how
in
it
my
all came
kitchen.
apart? I remember we were in your kitchen,
In
but
my
do you
kitchen.
remember like how it all like actually the chorus really came?
Kind of not really.
So
Help me remember. Help me.
I showed you the
remember.
beat, and you was like, "Oh yeah, I think I got some." Because we was all vibing. We was all vibing, right?
Oh yeah, I had like an old school
And you had this '90s
melody.
feel to it, which actually ended up being the bridge on here,
Yeah.
right? The sort of the way that you kind of choreographed it and was writing to it.
Right.
And then I was listening to that in Benjah the same day, and I took this in a whole different direction. I was like, what if we like kind of mixed the way Benjah does and put this just What If You Were My Girl, kind of this repetitive thing,
Yeah,
and mix
I
it.
think-
And we didn't end up mixing it that way because however he does that mixing with beat changes and all, that's super crazy. Yo, shout outs to him on this mixing. But so that's how it ended up coming. I was like, yo, what about this? And what do you think about this? And we was talking about like pitch shifts and all that. But that's how it kind of came to play, like the beginning
Yeah.
of it. But
We're his song Never Quit was the inspiration to that one.
oh, definitely. That was
That,
so. That
for
was
sure,
the
was
that
the
was the
inspiration.
track that really set me off with it. I was just like, I heard Never Quit. I seen the video. I seen the
Yeah.
views that the video started getting, and I was just like, oh, this is the track for him. Like,
Right.
that thing. I still think today that's got the most views. He just kind of like super got up there, and like
Yeah.
I don't know if he promoted that more than anything.
I don't know if I was listening to that song that day or what happened, but I remember I that's what I heard.
And that's that mixing and that hook that he has on Never Quit. That mixing is so crazy and
Yeah.
pitch shifts and
Yeah.
things like that. And that's how we got the idea. And then a year later, he has a contest and I send this beat in and was like, yo, there's an open part. He sends back. He's like, yo, I would do this for that. And next thing you know, he's getting on the track and he sends me his
It was like a
lyrics.
spur of the moment kind of thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, because you hit me up. It was like, yo, he's throwing a contest on Instagram.
Right.
And I was like, oh, man. And at that time, I'd already made a decision to take another artist off.
I
My
didn't
bad
even-
to that artist, you know what I mean? Like, it just happened that way because he's on the album so much. And at the back end of my album, I was like, oh, man, I can't take him off any other track. And it just was like, there was a lot there. So, you know.
And that same day is when I sent you
And
his
that
content.
that
his
same
content.
day you sent so that was that night. The next morning you sent me, hey, he's having a contest.
Right.
I already had talked to Johny, which was engineering that track. I was like, yo, Johny, send me the version without, Surge Official on it, and then send me a version with the second verse open.
Right.
I sent that second verse open one to him, and he was just like, yo, you didn't win the contest, but this is a super dope song, and,
He vibes with
this
it.
is what
What
I
did
would
he
do
say?
to get on it. Verbatim. I don't know exactly what he said, but it was just along the lines of like, yo, there's mad vibes on this song, and I
Yeah.
could totally rip a track on it. It was something like that.
Yeah.
And
And you had to do it.
yeah, man, because
Because look,
yeah, it was. I mean, the dude you inspire in music, and he hits a number that you can hit. You're like, shoot, I'm selling all my shoes. You know what I mean? Which
Yeah.
that's not what I done, but when an artist hits you like that, and you inspire his music and the person he is, and you just kind of is like, man, yeah, I definitely got to get this dude on the track, and we made it happen. And shout outs to Benjah, man. You don't realize it, but two dudes that you inspired to do music and kind of even
For sure.
just be a better person in general, and the vibes and the
Positivity.
the positivity that you send. You definitely kind of changed our outlook on music and our kind of wave on what music is, and so we appreciate that. And you're a legend in my books, man. I've already told you that on the emails, but you the motherfucking man. So I appreciate it, man. Straight up.
yeah. So you got a lot of features. Did you work with like a bunch of engineers and producers?
Yeah, I
as
mean,
well?
because the direction on this album was so weird. We didn't know what the album name was. we didn't know how we were going to do it. We were just more like, let's make music and put it out there.
Right.
And so we just started making a whole bunch of tracks. And not all the tracks we made ended up making on the song. I think 2 right now that's not even on the album. But we were just making track after track after track. And we were thinking within 6 months we were going to put out an album or a project or whatever, or an EP or something like that. And it didn't work out that way. So... there was a lot of features on here. When I hear a beat, I really just listen to a beat and then I go off of that. This wasn't like, sure, it was Hiatus. It was from.
So you didn't have the title first to go after the title.
No.
We kind of just stacked them up.
Yep, just started making music, and then within that, we were like, well, what kind of? At the time, we was all thinking Hiatus. When we came up with that name, we was thinking
you were the
like.
one that came up with the name, though.
I mean, there was many names. We ended up just choosing that one. But we were like, well, what kind of represents us? Like, what have we done in music lately? And we hadn't done nothing. So we were like, what about Hiatus? The difference between when we stopped doing music and started. So on my intro of this album, you get a little glimpse of the couple of the tracks that I done before. And then from 2010 to 2020... you get this different sound of the artist I was before and the artist I am now. So that's why it was Hiatus. And as far as the features, you're on it. Surge Official, y'all were the 2 dudes that kind of got me back into music, and the 2 dudes that helped me, script pretty much this whole album and the idea after we came up with it. And then Johny Rocketz, we all used to do music back in the day, and he's definitely got mad talent. Not
what
even
it do?
What it do, right? Not only on music, but he's got engineering skills. He's got video skills. I mean, the dude's
production skills for sure.
Yeah, he's got a lot of talent. And so knowing him, I was like, let's go record over there. And that's kind of how we got back in the swing of things. And then definitely, used him on a couple of hooks. It was like, this dude's voice is super dope. So got him on some tracks.
Thank you, Johnny.
Yeah, right on, bud. And then other features. I got a guy named Ray Hooks on the back end of the album. He done a hook, which is super dope. And then I got a cousin of mine pretty much within the family, Tyler Layfield. He done 2 hooks on there, and he actually recorded one here with one of the producers back here.
Bro,
Brad Hollywood.
Not only is that his real name, that's a dope
Tyler Layfield.
Yeah.
It sounds like and he's not a hip hop artist, or he's not a rap artist or anything like that, or R&B or nothing. He's more of this crazy. Kind of rock.
That's dope though.
Yeah, kind of alternative songs, and when I sent him, I was like, I know this dude's got a good voice, and I didn't know how it was gonna play out. I was like, I don't know if he's gonna sound good on these tracks. And man, we sent him the one track, and then he was so dope on that. I had this idea of another track called The Mirror, and that song itself has just got a lot to do with my psyche and how my life's kind of went.
Right.
And his I wrote the hook, and he delivered, and I was just like, yeah, that dude's dope too. So I got him on the track.
Engineers.
Brad back here. Hollywood Beat.
He's not in frame, but
he's back here on the boards. Definitely appreciate him. I was still looking for my sound. I've kind of found my sound now, but within the 10 years I took off, I was still looking for my sound and who I am as an artist. And going from Johny Rocketz, which he helped me start to get back in the swing of things, and then coming over to the lab, which made me feel at home like real quick. I mean, the first day we came to make that song with Tyler Layfield, it was like
Mac D too.
And Mac D, look at this studio. I mean, he built this, and not a lot of artists, I guess, have been in here. They just opened this department, which is Studio A at the lab. Shout outs to the lab. Appreciate that's where we're doing this interview. And coming over here my first day, I mean, they made me feel at home. The vibes was just super sick between me, dope. Hollywood B, and Tyler. And we just like kind of, boom, was like off of that. And then after that, I kind of took a period off of music again, which that kind of done because it took 2 years to make this album. And I went over to GBL and a guy named whoisrog, and kind of really ended up doing the rest of the album over there. And whoisrog is, I can't say nothing but good things about the kid. He's a young man, and the dude's got a
ear.
A lot of talent. He's got a good ear for who I was trying to become as an artist, and they kind of just was like, yo, let's run with this idea that you have and let's finish this album, and that's what I done over there. And shout outs to him. So that's the engineers was Johny, Hollywood B over here, and whoisrog. And then as far as producers, a lot of the beats that I ended up copying was off of YouTube. Some big producers, Johny Rocketz also has a beat on there that I ended up copying from him. So shout out to Johny again on just producing one of the beats that we needed. Also got a beat from a guy in North Carolina, Quantrez, Vibes, something. I can't think of his name right now. Sorry about that, bud. But yeah, I had him. I got a guy on BeatStars, which is the #1 producer on BeatStars right now. Named Mantra. Shout outs to him because I bought a couple beats from him. A guy named Dancing. If you listen to a lot of beats on YouTube, definitely you probably seen Dancing on there. And then what was the last one on there that I kind of bought a beat from? Can't think of his name right now, but it was a lot of them. A lot of the producers came off of YouTube, and it was my first time using these guys and kind of getting one of the major leases. If not, I try to buy it outright. Sometimes it don't work like that. Sometimes they don't even sell outright beats. So to get them exclusive. Yeah. So yeah, man, that's all the producers and all the features and all the engineers. And from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank every single one of them because they played a big part in this album and was contributing at a dope rate to me. And I definitely appreciate that because I was trying to find my artistry again. Right. So. Yeah, man, it was super dope, and this album came out better than I ever imagined, and plenty more from here. But definitely, Hiatus. Just make sure you be on the lookout for it.
So, not to bring up, old news or nothing, but when we were doing music a couple years ago, we started a couple videos.
Okay.
We ended up scratching them.
We did.
So tell me what you got in store for videos.
So for videos, and he already knows, so he's kind of linking in like, yo, throw me out there, bro. Put it out there that I shoot videos. Yeah, we got a video that we're going to shoot in 2 days. We've kind of been throwing this off because of weather implications, but we got a video we're shooting tomorrow for a song called The Greatest. And then after that, I got like 3 or 4 more videos that I'm pretty much already contracted with you, and we're gonna run this whole album out with 3 or 4, maybe 5 videos. Depends if we could get Benjah in on that video, man. That'd be super fresh. But yeah, like 3, 4, 5 videos, man. I'm ready to run them. We done 2 music videos. We try to we try to film them ourselves, and at that time I needed to learn a lot about production and cameras in general.
Trial and error for sure, though.
Yeah, so we ended up scratching 2 of them, but it's okay. That's how we learned, and that's how we're gonna be able to move ahead. I mean, there's just a lot to learn in that area of production. Mm-hmm. So
it was fun time though.
Yeah, that's how I learned. That's how I learned not to be camera shy. You gotta be loose.
So what do you got next after this album?
What's coming up after this album is a whole bunch of singles because I'm just gonna have fun and do music again because this album was it took 2 years, and it's honestly, if you've never done an album, if you've never put out a whole project,
get back in the swing of things.
Hit some home runs. Yeah, if you've never done a project by yourself, I mean, there's a lot. It's just a head case, and when you don't have a manager, you don't have a director, you don't have people that are kind of like.
It's a little tough.
It's definitely challenging, and so I figured that I found that out the hard way. So a lot of singles coming up. I got a couple tracks already that I'm ready to go and record. I wanted to get this out, promote it, do some videos, and then I'm right back in the lab. And get rolling and start knocking out some singles and really show Colorado and Denver what I got, man, because I've been seeing these lists and it's all these rappers like who the best rappers is and stuff. And I'm not even trying to be the best rapper, honestly. I just want to showcase my talent, man. I feel like I'm a good writer and I feel like I can perform with the best of them. I just haven't got the opportunity yet. So that's what we're here for. That's what I'm gonna show the people. And Yeah, man, I'm ready to rock.
Yeah.
I feel like I could bar up with a lot of these cats, man.
I think you're diverse. I mean, you could switch it up if you need to.
Yeah, my cadence really rolls with what the beat is, and I'm different and as an artist in that fact, because a lot of people has their one sound, and my one sound tends to go off of a lot of the artists that I looked up to growing up. You know, the Chameleonaires, the Wiz Khalifas, now Ritz. I mean, they're just big artists in my profile book that I've really took a piece here and a piece there, and Benjah, you know, with the motivation and good vibes and the rhythm music and hooks and things. So, yeah, very diverse. I listen to a beat, I think of what my cadence is gonna be, and then what am I gonna talk about, and then it's boom. Let's write some tracks. And any artist will tell you, as soon as you get in that zone, you'll write one track, and the next thing you know, 10 tracks have just flown. And that's kind of how it is in my phone. I just got multiple tracks I've been trying to put out there. I just hadn't had the time or the funds or anything like that. Kind of just been held back on that end. Mm-hmm. So,
yeah. Well, tell everybody where they can find you at.
All platforms. I mean, the only thing I'm not doing is hard copies. I'm not selling mixtapes out of the trunk of the car no more. That's what we were doing 10, 15 years ago. And, so anything but hard copies, iTunes, Apple Tunes, Spotify, Pandora, Tidal, Google Play. I mean, you name it. There's going to be Shazam. There's going to be platforms that you've never even heard of because they're for different countries. So I think there was like 33 platforms I'm on right now. And that's coming out next Friday. So today is the 17th. This probably won't be shot until aired until the 18th. So definitely on the 24th.
July
24. So I wore the jersey. July 24th.
2020.
It's going to be in all stores, probably at 10 p.m. Denver time. Might be a little bit later. I'm not sure. It's my first time with TuneCore, so I'm not sure how they run, but should be on all platforms July 24th. Follow me on Instagram, APhilly303. Follow me on Facebook, APhilly, my music page. Follow me on Twitter, APhilly303 as well. Come conversate with me. Come check it out. Hopefully I'll have a website coming up soon. It's not really in the works yet. Got to get some other things before that, but hopefully we got a website coming up soon, and yeah, I hope you like the music. You know, give me some reviews on it, comment it, and I don't want none of those reviews like, oh, I know the guy, so yeah, thumbs up. No, I want the real reviews. I want, if you don't like it, if you dislike a track, definitely, let me know. If you didn't like it, if you didn't like the cadence or whatever it is, be real with your boy.
Right on. Thanks for coming, bro. And before you leave, hit them with an acapella.
You already know, baby. This is actually off the album, first track on the album. It's called The Greatest. Definitely got to leave here with some bars to be shown and showcased. Yo, check it. If nobody thinks you're the best and you had one guess, would that be your opinion? There's no one to judge us but people who hate us and love us. That's from the beginning. So why would my thought not be? I'm guaranteed in the top 3. Believe in myself is treating me well. We do not fail, we gotta defeat. Anybody try to go against me? Well, I guess I gotta let them see. Not incidentally, you not convince me. I taught you simply, I'm the best MC. I can write with any artist, regardless of the beat. My smartness will defeat. Make it hard for you to cheat. I'm heartless in the street. I will not start, be smart, take part, and then retreat. I could be the best to ever do it. Take it to and make a move it to a whole nother time zone. All of them will lose them when I come in here and prove it. They be telling me I'm too lit when I finally turn my lights on. It be something that they got to know. I've been holding back, about to break out the flow. I'm in the fast lane, better stay out the road to get laid down, so stay down, cause they about to blow. Let's go. Yeah. APhilly, July 24th. Go check out Hiatus. Man, from the heart, I appreciate every single one of y'all, and keep rocking with your boy. Lego.
Thanks for watching. Later.